shot calling, hitting like it's Raleigh.
Hey guys, so this is what if, sorry guys, so this is what if Ninja Turtles were in the MCU part 1. So guys, basically, I am going to be uploading part 2, what if, Spider-Man, or what if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was in the MCU. Now, in my opinion, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the strongest, but no cap. But I think Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles mainly focused on how the Ninja Turtles, their abilities and like how they are, not really on the ninja part of it. They still focused near the ninja part of the Ninja Turtles, but again, they focus on the mutant part in the first movie because they showed their strength. Because straight up, when Michelangelo stepped down, or I mean Raphael jumped off the whole entire water thing on top of the roof in front of what was it? In front of, I don't know her name, Gwen, whatever. Pretty much, he crushed the floor beneath him. Like, that's a lot of strength. And also, he withstand bullets on his shell. So, I think Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles showed the most strength out of all the Ninja Turtles. But let's get into it. So, basically, the Ninja Turtles are going to be in the MCU. Now, basically, for this method, I'm going to be starting the Ninja Turtles and putting them into the I'm going to be introducing them into the first Avengers movie. And then Civil War, and then I'm going to pit them and see how it would change, whatchamacallit, Infinity War. Then I'm going to stop it there, and then I'm going to continue part 2 with Endgame. And also, maybe WandaVision, if, yeah, so basically, Michelangelo is my favorite Ninja Turtle, but no cap, but yeah. So basically, we get into the story now. So, basically, let's say for the legal laws, how the Ninja Turtles are, accepted into the MCU, let's say that Michael Bay pretty much made a deal with MCU making or letting the MCU basically take the rights for the Ninja Turtles for a pretty long time for the MCU. Now, guys, so basically, let's say in this universe, the MCU owns the Ninja Turtles now. So, or Marvel owns the Ninja Turtles now. So basically, Marvel makes a solo TV show about Ninja Turtles joining the MCU, just, being created into the MCU. Pretty much, let's say the Ninja Turtles movie, the first Ninja Turtles movie is based off a different universe, and doing the universal, or doing like the whole entire second movie of the Ninja Turtles, Crane actually teleports all the Ninja Turtles into the MCU. Now, the Turtles teleport into, the sewers, but their sewer, layer is actually the same as their, sewer layer in the, second Ninja Turtles movie. So basically, they have a house in the MCU in the sewers now, but yet again, they go up in the MCU. They go up, to the surface, and they go up to the surface right the moment when the Chitauri show up. So pretty much, they start fighting and taking down the Chitauri. Michelangelo starts, ripping them apart. Raphael starts stabbing them, pretty much taking them down. Michelangelo runs into Black Widow and Captain America, and they think he's an alien. Michelangelo talks to them and says, "I'm okay," and blah blah blah. And everybody's saying that, I'm on your side. Eventually, Raphael, Donatello, and Leonardo show up, and basically we skip all the way to the end of the movie. And basically, nothing really happened. They just stayed on the front grounds, and nothing really changed. They didn't, help take down Loki or none of that. They just stayed, on the ground surface, taking down, you know, robots. They do. I mean, the Chitauri. Yeah, I think I said it right. Yeah, and pretty much they're still, and they also are there for when Tony is presumably counted dead, doing the whole entire him falling down to his death after sending the missile into the Chitauri ship. So yeah. So basically, after that, the Avengers stop Loki. They pit Loki up. Pit Loki up. And basically, for the Ninja Turtles, the Avengers actually do give the Ninja Turtles, I mean, Nick Fury offers the Ninja Turtles to be, a part of the Avengers. So the Ninja Turtles accept because they don't know how long they're going to be here. And basically, over a span of a couple of years, they make this their new home. Now let's say in the Michael Bay universe, Ninja Turtles, the Ninja Turtle Michael Bay universe has been taken over and pretty much just destroyed by Krang. So it is no reason for them to go back to their own universe. So basically, they go there, and we skip to Silver War. We skip to Age of Ultron. Yeah, we skip to Age of Ultron. Now, guys, yeah, I think I'm gonna be saving Endgame and Infinity War for part 2, and we're just gonna be talking about Civil War and Age of Ultron. So for Age of Ultron, pretty much, the Ninja Turtles are there for Age of Ultron. Now, basically, they are part of the Avengers when they bust into the Hydra base. Now, Michelangelo goes with what was it, Thor, to take down some other, you know takes on some Hydra agents. Raphael goes with Hulk, and Donatello goes with Tony, and Leonardo just stays in the front ground, just taking down Hydra agents, kicking them into walls, knocking them out, because the Ninja Turtles have mutant strength and durability. So yeah, and hiding agility and speed. So yeah. So basically, they start taking down Hydra agents, punching them, all sorts of stuff. Now, in Age of Ultron, the Ninja Turtles have the same outfits that they had in the second Ninja Turtle movie. Now, pretty much they have the same outfits that they had in the second Ninja Turtle movie, but with the Avengers logo spray painted on the back of all their shells. So, in blue, and red, and orange, and purple, and all the Ninja Turtles, respective colors, just, spray painted in purple. And, say for instance, Michelangelo has a Avengers logo on his shell. It's painted in orange paint. So yeah. And pretty much they can scrape it off, but they just keep it on there, to make sure people know they're Avengers. So, pretty much, they go down there, they start fighting all that other jazz, and pretty much, taking them down. So, for the whole side, when they go up against Quicksilver, Quicksilver does, try to hit Cap. Cap flips back on his, feet, and also Quicksilver does try to hit Michelangelo. Michelangelo dodges and then, tries to kick him in the back. Michelangelo is too slow, and pretty much he, misses. Quicksilver comes behind Michelangelo, kicks him in the back, but he's surprised that Michelangelo has a really thick shell. He does kick him back, but his feet does get sprained. He says, "You didn't see that coming," and pretty much scoffs and runs off, limping a little bit, making a little bit of, a zigzaggy line when he runs off. So, Michelangelo gets back up, seeing that Quicksilver did, make a little bit of a, scrub off of his, Avengers logo on his shell. But he got back up, and pretty much Cap, follows after him and says, "So, what happened?" Michelangelo says, "I don't know, dude. He got some sort of, like, super speed or something." Eventually, they take down everybody, and Tony does, get backdrawn by, what was it, Scarlet, and also Donnie does as well. So Donnie gets, controlled by, Wanda, and he also gets, all that other jazz. So he has a nightmare, the same nightmare that Iron Man had, and they both looking upon the Avengers, and pretty much Donatello seeing his brothers dead, and all the rest of the Avengers, and Tony seeing his brothers dead, and the Avengers dead as well, and seeing, you know, pretty much aliens just roaming around. So they pretty much snap out of the illusion, both of them, and they run back, back to the rest of the Avengers. So they retrieve the scepter, and they're on the, Quinjet. So they get to the, basically the Avengers Tower. They set up there, you know, Hawkeye gets, his plastic surgery and all that other stuff, and pretty much, what you would call it, Donatello pretty much does some, some working. Now, let's say in this universe, Tony and Donatello are actually good friends because they both are smart. Michelangelo is very good friends with, Hulk, and Thor. Thor is good friends with Raphael, and Leonardo mainly keeps to himself, but also, is a very good friend to, well, Captain America. Now, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raph do still have been taught, like, everything. And let's say in this universe, when they were teleported to the MCU, they already learned everything. They already learned everything. A Master Splinter can teach them. So they are pretty much at the top peak, ninja skill they can get. So they pretty much, for the next part, we skip to near, the middle of the Age of Ultron. So when Ultron is created, pretty much when the whole entire scene when Thor gets mad at Tony, it's actually instead it's Raphael. Raphael pretty much yells at Tony saying that you created a death robot, pretty much getting some flashbacks back to Krang invasion. So pretty much he says, "What are you, why you did this?" Pretty much he lets go. Pretty much Raphael gets stopped by Michelangelo, and Thor steps in and also pins Tony to the back of the wall and pretty much saying, "Why did you do this?" Blah blah blah. Pretty much getting angry at Tony. So pretty much they did this after the whole entire Ultron fight, and pretty much nothing really changed. Not much. No one really got injured because Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtles were there to help everybody. So yeah. So basically, Michelangelo did get his arm broken by Ultron bot because he did get pushed off the stairs, and fell straight on his arm on top of a glass door, on top of a glass table, and also fell on top of the glass table while the glass table was holding his bow staff made out of steel. So of course he would break his arm there. So yeah. So basically, Bruce and Donatello are kind of angry at you that they were turned or used to make something that would kill people or like turn on their owner or their creator. So basically, for the rest of the time, when everybody, after that, we skip to the whole entire Sokovia Awards. I mean, the Sokovia? The whole entire attack at Sokovia. Now, Quicksilver still dies. Michelangelo does get a couple of gunshots, but he does survive. Raphael does, help the fight against, helping Hulk and Thor fight, robots, and also Michelangelo and Donatello and also Leonardo are helping people out. Michelangelo is still down for the count. He ain't dead, but he just injured. So Hawkeye pretty much helps Donatello. I mean, what was it? Mikey get out of there after Mikey got shot. So after Quicksilver saves Hawkeye and the girl, Hawkeye saves Michelangelo. Pretty much Michelangelo did actually try to shield Pietro from the bullets, but the bullets went through went through Mikey's arm, hitting Pietro in the chest. Now Pietro didn't get shot in the chest multiple times. He only got shot in the chest once, right through the heart. So yeah. So basically, sorry, I just coughed and then finished my line. It kind of hurt my throat. Should have stopped there. But yeah. So basically, after that whole entire event, pretty much Pietro still gets killed. Mikey does get a couple of gunshots into his body, but he doesn't die. And basically, Wanda still leaves her post, and the city does still get exploded. Now the Ninja Turtles get out of there really quickly, and we skip to Silver War. Now, Mikey and Leonardo, and pretty much in the first movie, Age of Ultron, we focused mostly on, all the Ninja Turtles separately, but we're gonna mostly focus on Leonardo and Raphael. So Leonardo and Raphael go to the whole entire thing with whatchamacallit, the Civil War Accords, when they go down there to fight alongside Cap and what was it, Black Widow and all those other people on Cap team. So Wanda still throws the actually no, Wanda doesn't throw him. Actually, Michelangelo, Raph steps in and pretty much punches to him so hard in the face, breaking his neck, just killing him instantly. Pretty much knocking him out instantly. Now, pretty much they're confused, and also they're kind of, shocked that Raphael has that much strength to just kill a man with one punch. They aren't surprised because he's a mutant and he can pretty much do a lot of things. Because he is, exceeding over human strength. So yeah. superhuman strength. So basically, Tombstone dies not by exploding, just by getting his neck snapped by um, Raphael. Leonardo sees this happening because he was a little bit behind, helping Black Widow take down that thug. So, yeah. So pretty much the course still happened because the whole entire, Ultron and Loki thing. So yeah. So basically, Tony still gets, um, talked by that woman. All the same, nothing really changes in that department. They do get a little bit of, see through what the Ninja Turtles are doing. The Ninja Turtles are just, polishing their weapons, and pretty much Tony says to, calls Donatello on the phone saying, Donatello, we really need to talk. Pretty much, he gets called by Shield at the same time, and he says, hold on, Donnie, and pretty much, calls them. So they explain to the Avengers that, the Accords are the only way to keep people safe, all other stuff, all that jazz. Basically, Cap refuses, Mikey actually refuses, and also, Mikey also refuses, and Raphael also refuses. Donnie actually takes this and granted, and also Leo thinks this is actually pretty good, precaution. They're kind of, going against it because they're all brothers and they don't want to get separated, but Mikey is being convinced by Donnie to, come with us and, to try to, do the Accords. So basically, Donnie and Raphael do eventually, sign the Accords. Not really. Pretty much, not really. Mikey does, forge the Accords, not really putting his name on it, just making, fake records that he actually did. But yeah. And basically, yeah, so basically, for the whole entire thing with the Avengers, we skip all the way to the whole entire, fighting scene in the airport. Now, they still do that cool running scene, and the Ninja Turtles do run along with the Ninja Turtles. I mean, the Avengers. So the Ninja Turtles pretty much, get pumped and start fighting. So, pretty much Donnie, Raphael still did, join Cap's team, actually, and did separate from the group. And pretty much they start fighting. Michelangelo gets voted by Raph, and Raph pretty much says, stay down, brother, I don't want to hurt you. Mikey gets told by Raphael that this isn't right, and we should have our own rights. Pretty much Mikey takes this as granted, and pretty much, just sits there, thinking about, did he pick the wrong side? Basically, we skip back to, Cap, fighting, Tony, pretty much everybody fighting each other. So eventually, we skip all the way to the whole entire, fighting scene between all of the Avengers. Eventually, Giant Man shows up, and Raphael pretty much, starts fighting Giant Man alongside. No, Raphael starts fighting Peter, trying to get Peter off of Giant Man. Raphael isn't fast enough because he's mostly focusing on his strength, on his agility. And basically, Peter takes out Giant Man, doesn't really take him down, he just gets flinged away into, those same crates. And Raphael actually does drop kick Tony away from Peter and pretty much knocks out Peter with one punch against the face. So, Raphael runs alongside, Cap and Bucky, alongside Michelangelo. So, Michelangelo pretty much portrays Black Panther, and Black Panther says, I thought you were a good person. Michelangelo says, I am. You said that, I just saw the truth. So, pretty much knocking and, fighting, pretty much, fighting Raphael. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm doing this unscripted, all of it. Basically, he starts fighting Black Panther, and Black Panther, eventually does kind of lose. They do basically a double tag because Leonardo pretty much follows them both, and pretty much Leonardo says, "Why are you doing this?" Donnie actually does stop them, and gets a little bit of the upper hand on Mikey. Mikey does escape from both of them and jump onto the jet in the last second with Raphael. So they stop it and they go jet off. So pretty much with the rest of the Ninja Turtles, Tony actually brings Donatello and Leonardo with him to take down Cap, Bucky, and Raphael and Donatello. So pretty much Leonardo gets ready and Donatello gets ready. They bring all their equipment and their shurikens and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, so we skipped to the whole entire thing with them fighting the Avengers. I mean, Bucky and Cap and Michelangelo and Raphael. So they meet Tony there, and pretty much Black Panther does still get there. Black Panther actually shows up there, and still does kill Zombos. I don't know his name, and he still kills that person. So we still get shown, the scene of Bucky killing, um, you know, Iron Man's parents, and pretty much Michelangelo and Raphael look at Bucky like he's a murderer, because he is, and pretty much says, "Why did you do that?" Pretty much Cap says he wasn't in his right mind. Pretty much, they do kind of relieve it, but they don't know who to fight. Pretty much, Cap and Bucky and Tony start, fighting and all other sorts of stuff. The Ninja Turtles are fighting each other. Raphael, is beating up on top of, Leo and Donatello's beating up, Michelangelo. They're all fighting to the death, and pretty much they're fighting, and pretty much they're talking to each other saying, "We're brothers. We shouldn't be fighting." Pretty much having an emotional struggle. Sorry, guys. Fighting. So, pretty much Donatello gets, folded by Raphael, because Raphael does double tag Donatello alongside Michelangelo. They take down Donatello, knocking him into, a concrete wall. And pretty much Leonardo is, stuck to fend for himself to fight against his brothers. So he wins against both of them, actually, because he's the most trained out of all the Ninja Turtles. And pretty much, he starts pinning them down, saying that you have to, listen to me and stop this. And eventually, Raphael gets the upper hand and stabs Leo straight in the foot with his sai, and pulls it out and kicks Leo into a couple of, crates. Leo gets told by Raphael that you're the boss of us, and you need to stop acting like it. And pretty much he runs off with Mikey. Mikey and Raphael see Tony on the ground, laying down, already getting beaten up by, Cap. Cap walks off and pretty much tells them, to come with us. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. So, basically, Infinity War is gonna be mainly focusing about, the Ninja Turtles side of the story. It's gonna be focusing about the Ninja Turtles, gathering and joining together, and pretty much all the other jazz. So, I'm gonna leave it out here, guys. See you guys later. As always, be blessed and stay, safe. As always, guys, bless you and have a blessed day. Bye.